Okay, for some reason the first file to this video got completely like erased, so I have to do the first half again. So I'm gonna try to do it quicker because I just spent all morning editing and then it said that the first half was erased. So here is the first few points to how I started my style. The first one, comfort. Finding clothes that were comfortable because of my chronic illness was really important, but it got to the point where I was wearing like pajamas to school. So I started to put comfort into style and merging the two together. And what was important after that was not giving a fuck, because people are always going to project their ideas and opinions on you, and that's just irrelevant, isn't it? So those were the first 2 points. The third point was once I started to make my own money a year and a half ago, that really helped because I depended on my parents prior to that, most of the time. And being able to venture out and go out and spend my own money and not like, because when other people are buying for you, this is something I know loads of people relate to, not everyone, but there's guilt of like, I really want this, but I don't want you to get it and I don't want you to spend that money. Whereas when it's for you, yes, there's still some guilt on spending money, but it's not as bad because it's you, it's your money. So that would be the third goal if you're not already at that point. The fourth was taking inspiration from anywhere and everywhere, from music even, from films, from characters, from, dare I say, celebrities, but take from what you like instead of taking from trends, because you'll see trends in my outfits, but you won't see complete trends. Like, there is not one aesthetic I follow. Sometimes I will go out in my pajamas and call it aesthetic, and sometimes I'll go out in like a minimalist look, and sometimes I'll go out in a alt, whatever it's called nowadays, look, and other days proper tomboy, other days very, very girly. So being able to switch up is really important, because sticking to one aesthetic is going to be outgrown so quickly by you. So I highly recommend just taking from everywhere whenever you feel like it. And the other thing was thrifting. So in the second half, I'm going to go on a tangent about charity shops, but just in general, thrifting is where I get most of my clothes from. So I got my cowboy boots, which are a staple now, and my pink coat, which is a staple now, and my other coat under the Christmas tree, which will be a staple. And what else did I get? So my scarf, which was my most recent purchase. Just like loads of staples have come. Oh, my favorite cardigan have come from thrift stores, or even second hand online, which I also think I go into in the second half, but Depop basically, mostly. And so yeah, those were my first few tips. The next few tips I'll get into in the next half, which is going to be really funny to edit this now. Charity shopping became a big thing because it was the rage, and like I would do what I could back then, but I hated it. Like the local charity shops were awful. Like it was just like, and like half of them now are shut down because of how bad they were. Like it wasn't clothes you could actually sell on. So the central London not charity shops, there's specific thrift stores. The central London ones were better than the local ones, but still needed help. And now they're a lot better. So that's where I go, if local people are wondering. Rocket is kind of shit. It had a good era, but it got worse. But I go in there sometimes to just see, like, in case. Like, I got my scarf, my recent scarf from there, which keeps me warm. But everything else is just, like, super overpriced. Which is the one fault of current thrifting and stuff. But there's one called I call it pick and mix, but it's like mix and scale or something, and pick and scale or something along those lines, but I just call it pick and mix. That's where I got my cowboy boots, where I saw my dream coat and didn't buy it and have deep regret about it, but I have another version of that dream coat now under the Christmas tree, so it's fine. There's a new one that opened up, but I cannot remember its name. It's brand new, and I got my dream cardigan from there the first day it opened up. There's loads, so there is a lot right now, which is great. Finally, good. And that's where I buy from the most, I would say. Also, obviously, you have to give a mention to online secondhand, which is Depop. I sell on there, which I love doing because it's like giving my clothes a second family, like a guaranteed second home, you know? And I buy a lot from there. The coat under the tree is from Depop, thanks to the girl who sold that to me. It's just a perfect way of like being, it's like online shopping for really specific things, but it's just usually more ethical, you know? I hate Depop girlies who like will make a beaded bracelet and sell it for like 1K, you know? Like, calm the fuck down, okay? You're not Van Gogh, bitch. Back up. But aside from that, like just like the genuine people just selling stuff because they need to sell stuff, like that's me. Like I have a bag of clothes that I need to get rid of so bad, and that's what's gone, that's what's going. So yeah, I think the last thing I will say is this is what any person in fashion off the bat is gonna tell you. Find your staples. Staples are things that you could wear with everything, that you can wear often, that people are gonna look at you and go, that's her staple, okay? So my staples: cowboy boots, long coats, vibrant colors, and my big flary jeans. That's my staple, usually. Sometimes there's more, it depends, but those ones. Like my big pink long coat with my bright blue denim flary jeans, my green sweater, that's the vibe, okay? That's my vibe. And that's how you find your style. That's the beginning of finding your style. After that, it's such a personal journey. It's like no one can help you on that. You have to solely kind of venture out into the world. And if you're wondering who my personal inspirations are, no one. I actually really love high fashion. Like I'm on high fashion Twitter, and like the dreams I have of owning clothes like that are massive because I love runway clothes from like, but especially like older runway clothes, like from the 90s. I need to calm down before I like start getting too excited. But yeah, it's just, it's such a journey. Like I don't have the funds to even get near clothing like that. So that's where I would ideally be, but this is where I am right now, and this is where I was right out of the frame. So it's again, like I said, it's such a progressive, fun thing though. Like you should have fun with it. Have fun and experiment, and you'll know what flops and what doesn't flop, to be honest. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you lots, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.